My brother's fiancée texted the group, "Let's keep the wedding small, excluding the dead weight." They all liked the message. I was the one funding the honeymoon, so I booked a solo trip instead and let them discover the canceled reservations at the rehearsal dinner. My brother and I grew up poor. When Dad died 6 years ago from a heart attack, he probably could have survived with better insurance. Mom made us promise to always look out for each other. I went into finance, made good money. My brother became a high school teacher, loves it, but the pay is terrible. When he got engaged, I offered to help financially. I covered the venue, catering, and secretly booked them 2 weeks in Bali. Flights, resort, everything. Planning to surprise them at the rehearsal dinner. The whole package cost more than my brother makes in 6 months. 3 months before the wedding, she added me to the family group chat. 2 months ago, the guest list exploded to 150 people. She wanted expensive upgrades on everything. My brother would push back about costs. She'd go silent for days. Then the message came, "Let's keep the wedding small, excluding the dead weight." I watched the likes roll in. Her maid of honor, 2 bridesmaids, her mother, 4 likes. My brother said nothing. Mom said nothing. The message just sat there like a bomb nobody wanted to acknowledge. I called my brother that night. He laughed it off, probably just trimming the guest list for budget. I was reading too much into it. When I asked if she meant me or Mom, he got defensive. Said I was being paranoid. I didn't sleep. By morning, I decided if we're dead weight, she can plan her perfect wedding without our contribution. I canceled Bali, got 70% back. Then I booked myself Croatia, sailing the coast, same 2 weeks. I calculated what I'd put into the wedding. It was a down payment on a house. I kept quiet. Showed up to planning sessions, nodded at cake tastings, rented my tux. She'd talk about the honeymoon they were hoping to take someday once they saved up. My brother looked uncomfortable every time. I said nothing. Rehearsal dinner arrived. I brought a photo album I'd made of my brother and Dad. Her maid of honor gave a speech about how the bride upgraded her whole life and was so glad she trimmed the fat and kept things elegant. Some people just don't fit the aesthetic. The table laughed. Not everyone, but enough. Mom excused herself, wiping her eyes. I stood up, said I was happy for them, that I'd always wanted my brother to find someone who valued him. Said I had a confession about the Bali trip. The fiancée's face lit up. She actually clapped her hands together, already planning Instagram posts. I told them I'd canceled it 5 weeks ago, took the refund, and booked Croatia instead, leaving in 2 days. The table went silent, her face drained of color. I pulled out my phone, showed the cancellation confirmation, time-stamped 2 days after the dead weight message. I figured if we're dead weight, you'd want to handle your wedding without our contributions dragging down the aesthetic. I set down the photo album and walked out. My phone exploded before I reached my car. The wedding happened without me. Mom didn't go either. Told my brother 2 days before that she couldn't support a marriage that started by dividing the family. 15 other people dropped out. His college friends, teacher colleagues, our aunt who helped raise us. The dead weight comment had made the rounds. The ceremony went on with 90 guests instead of 150. No honeymoon to follow. My brother called 3 weeks later. Met him at our old park. He looked exhausted. His wife still angry about the honeymoon. Brought it up every fight about money. I showed him screenshots, the message, the likes, the texts his wife sent after I left calling me bitter and vindictive. His hands shook reading them. He apologized. Said he'd been so caught up in wanting everything to work that he'd ignored the signs. "I won't be contributing financially to your life together anymore," I told him. "I love you, but I'm done being treated like an ATM with inconvenient emotions attached." The money I got back from Bali, plus what I saved pulling back from their life, I put it toward a down payment on a small house for Mom. She cried when I told her, said she couldn't accept it. I told her it wasn't about acceptance. It was about making sure she was taken care of, that Dad would have wanted it. They're in counseling now. His wife sent a long apology email. I sent back one line, "Trust takes actions, not words." I don't regret it. I funded a wedding for people who saw me as dead weight. When I stopped carrying the load, they realized exactly how heavy their expectations had been.